Ford have been teasing us for months about an electric F-150 that is coming. It's finally here. And Mike, the biggest mouth dropper is the price.
That's exactly right. And it starts at $39,974. That's incredible. Sub $40,000. And you can apply, if you qualify for federal or state tax incentives, that can drop the price even lower. So before it even hits the market, you're already in a competitive price range for most consumers.
And those numbers are just the beginning of the numbers game with this vehicle, because some of the other numbers are absolutely mouth-dropping as well. We've learned that this vehicle will do 300 miles on a single charge with the extended battery range. The regular battery range is 230 miles. Those numbers are also mouth-dropping. And then we talk about horsepower, torque, payload, and also towing. Those numbers, again, very impressive.
My brain computes on horsepower. 563 horsepower with the F-150 Lightning. 775 pounds-feet of torque and a towing capacity of 10,000 pounds with a payload capacity of, get this, 2,000 pounds. Incredibly functional and can compete as an electric vehicle against traditional gas trucks in towing capacity.
Now, when I think about 0 to 60 mile an hour times, I think of things like the Mustang, which is Ford's, of course, iconic gas-powered muscle car, the pony car that everybody knows as the muscle car of history. And when we talk about this vehicle doing 0 to 60 miles an hour in mid-4-second range, that to me is astounding. You don't get that. You don't expect to get that in a truck and an electric truck. I mean, again, this is a mouth drop to me.
Yeah, and here's what's really important for consumers to take away is that there's a little bit of trepidation when it comes to what does the future of electrification mean. I can tell you this firsthand. It means cool, it means fast, it means fun to drive. And when you talk like you just did a minute ago about the 0 to 60 time, that means this thing will be a lot of fun to drive because it is really fast, Nick. But there's no engine.
Right. It's obviously an electrified vehicle, so there's no ICE, internal combustion engine. So normally that would go under the bonnet, or what we call it the hood here in America.
Yep.
We can see there's a different up front here. There is an LED light that stretches around the front. That was shown in the tease pictures that we saw. There is this beautiful piece of artistic molding up front here. And then, of course, if you lift this up, you see there's a frunk, a front trunk, as it were. So no longer are you doing tailgating, we're doing front gating, I guess.
Front gating it is.
There is 3 pieces of luggage in here that we have shown to demonstrate the size of what you could put in. And of course, the first thing we see is, you're considerably taller than I am, but for families, you can load everything in here. It's my waist height. There is a piece of checked luggage here. There is 2 pieces of carry-on luggage here, but that's just the beginning of the story. The amount of room you can get in here. You can actually access this frunk by 6 different ways. A key fob from the panel inside, from a pull in here. You can pull the gauge here. You can do that on the inside as well. You can use Ford Pass. I mean, there's so many ways to get in here. Once you get on the inside, you can use, there's 6 ways to use power here. There is 4 plugs, 2 USB plugs on the inside here. But that's just a part of the story.
And it's all about utility as well. So we think about luggage, right? We think about tailgating, but we don't think about going to Home Depot and you want to get something like, say, Quickcrete, right? It's a concrete mixture. You can put it in here, you can keep it out of the elements, but the best part is you can hose out the frunk to keep it nice and clean. But as we make our way down the side, Nick, I want to share a little bit about the design on the left side of this vehicle as we make our way down the side. Ford F-150 owners, they like timeless, they like classic. It's been America's #1 selling truck for 44 years, and with that comes certain expectations. You have futuristic on the front, futuristic on the rear, but as you come down the side, man, it is Ford F-150 true and true. So it really comes down to this, right? That's the big difference.
Yeah, so this is the power port. This is where you would charge it. And Ford have a new dual charging system. There is 2 electric motors in this, one at the back, one at the front. But there is also a dual power charging system. And this is something quite clever that Ford have done. If you use that dual power charging system at your home, you can get that system to charge this from 15% all the way to 100% in just 8 hours. at your home. And remember, this does 300 miles on the extended battery range. So that, again, is impressive. But what is more impressive is Ford have used their negotiation powers. They have now given you access to more charging stations across the United States of America than any other brand by accessing the existing charging stations and bringing them all together in one single network. And you can pay for them and find them right from the screen on the inside of this vehicle. And that screen is impressive.
I love your knowledge of the technology that goes into this vehicle. Me as a truck guy, I love the technology, I love the powertrain, I love all of that, but I also, man, I want a little bit of luxury. Now, when Ford reintroduced the F-150 a year and a half ago, the current gas version, they wanted to make the inside utilitarian. They wanted the full ability as a workforce to be able to come inside your vehicle and use it on the job site. So the seats recline all the way back so that you can lay down, take a nap. The front here, you have the ability to bring your gear shifter up and down, and when you take the gear shifter down, what's great is you can flip this down just like the previous version, and you can put your computer in here. But it's all about the technology, intelligent technology that Ford Motor Company is talking about with this vehicle. 15.5 inches, Nick. This is the size of the touchscreen here on the center console. This is class leading and something that truly sets it apart. USB-C cables on the inside, plenty of places to power your stuff, but I know one of the biggest pieces of cool tech with this vehicle, it's the level 2 autonomous feature, and they're calling it Blue Cruise.
Now, Blue Cruise is the most legally available autonomous driving system in the United States. And that means hands off the wheel, feet off the pedals, and this vehicle will drive itself. It uses a camera on the inside to monitor you, to make sure you're attentive to the road and being safe. You can also tow a load while it does that. And that means this has autonomous driving features in the new Ford F-150 Lightning. Plus, it has the new Sync 4A system, and that new the new Sync system in this vehicle now learns your habits, and as well, the system can monitor how much you're towing, the environmental conditions that you're towing in, and give you real-time data at towing and tell you how long that battery is going to last in real-time conditions. It also looks at what you're doing and gives you real-time environmental reporting. So this vehicle actually learns your habits and looks at what you're doing with the vehicle at any one time.
All right, as we make our way to the back of the F-150 Lightning, the Lightning name is actually a nameplate that's been around with Ford Motor Company for years. It actually lived on an F-150. It was a hot rod truck with a big V8 engine under the hood, and it was fast and fun to drive. But with the electrification under the hood of this and a 0 to 60 time, this thing would beat it, and beat it big time. All right, as we make our way around to the back, let's talk a little bit more about the futuristic design. They modeled the front and the rear exactly the same, with the rear tail lights spanning the tailgate all the way from one side to the other. That's really cool because it really follows in the design theme. As you make your way to the tailgate, of course, when you open up that tailgate, all Ford F-150s come with the pull-out tailgate. This is your drop step, which is great, but it's all about the technology on the inside. 9.6 kilowatts of electrified battery power with this vehicle right here. You have 11 power outlets, so whether you're on the job site and want to power your tools, in the campsite and want to power your lights, or in the event, Nick, of a national emergency where you lose power at your home, on a fully charged F-150 Lightning, you have the ability to power your house up to 3 days.
All right, this is just the continuation of Ford's electrification story. They are investing $22 billion in electrifying their brand, and this vehicle, the F-150 Lightning, joins the 2 current vehicles which are already on sale, the Transit Electric and, of course, the Mach-E, which was the new Mustang SUV, which changed the face of muscle cars into electrified SUVs. So, Mike, you can reserve this vehicle for just $100 at the website. I will tell you that I have been reviewing cars since 2002, and this is definitely a jaw dropper. The big news, the price, the range, and of course, it's they're hoping to deliver these really soon. I mean, this isn't just pie in the sky. We have numbers, we have price. A lot of other companies are not able to deliver that information right now.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Nick. For me, it's all about that pricing, right? So if you're starting under $40,000, you're getting a vehicle that is well equipped, it's electrified, and it's making a statement as well. It's all about the future of technology with this vehicle, and you're getting that right here. And the competitive landscape, let's face it, this is going to be in a very competitive space with that pricing.
All right, if you want to see more videos, we have a website. We invite you to go there and view them, ourautoexpert.com, OurAutoExpert.com. My name is Nick Miles.
And I'm Mike Caudill.